Hi everyone, my name's Beck and I'm the head of occupational therapy here at Gen Physio. And what you're about to watch is some of our lovely occupational therapists give us a quick rundown on some of the frequently asked questions about our occupational therapy service here at Gen Physio.
Lauren, and I'm one of the OTs here at Gen Physio. A question we often get is, do OTs bring specific equipment to their sessions? So this typically depends on the client and their needs. So some of the common equipment that we bring for pediatric OT sessions is things like standardized assessments for fine and gross motor skills, adaptive equipment like pencil grips and specialty scissors for fine motor development. We also might bring toys and games to promote social, fine motor and play-based skills. For an adult session, depending on their needs, we'll bring equipment to assist in rehabilitating upper limb strength and skills. That's things like therapy and hand weights. We might bring assistive technology to trial that will promote independence. So things like kitchen and bathroom aids, mobility aids like four-wheel walkers and wheelchairs. And we might also bring a measuring tape to assist with home modification or assistive technology recommendations. Another question we often get is, do OTs intervene with children and what for? And yes, we do. We work with children from infancy right through to adolescence and can treat children experiencing difficulties in a range of different areas. So OTs typically work with children who are experiencing some form of developmental delay, and we might intervene in some of the following areas. We might intervene with their fine motor skills. So these are the smaller movements that occur in our hand that allow children to participate in activities like self-care tasks, handwriting, and play. We might intervene in areas of gross motor skills, so developing things like a child's coordination and balance. We might assist children in developing their social skills, for example, making and keeping friends, sharing, turn taking. And as kids get older, we might work on things like communication skills. We also work on play. So play is an essential element to a child's cognitive, physical, social, and emotional development. We also work on emotional regulation, which is assisting children to recognize and appropriately cope with their thoughts and emotions. We can assist in cognitive skills, so things like attention, problem solving, memory, and learning new concepts. So that might be things like learning the alphabet, numbers, colors, that kind of thing. And we can also work on self-care skills. So that's facilitating children to become more independent in their daily living tasks. So things like toileting, dressing, feeding, and showering.
What's involved in complex home modifications? Occupational therapists are skilled at recognizing how the environment affects the ability for individuals to perform independently within their home. To conduct a complex home modification, occupational therapists will evaluate the home environment to identify barriers to you performing your daily occupations independently. During the initial assessment, we will gather some information regarding your injury or disability and how the current levels of support you receive to complete your daily tasks. We will then develop some recommendations for some home modifications to increase your ability to perform these tasks independently. The main goal that we are focusing on is maximizing your safety and independence within the home. The occupational therapist will then attend another appointment which will involve a joint site visit with a builder. This will be a collaborative practice in which we will develop modifications to meet the needs of the client whilst fulfilling your goals. The builder will then create a quote for the complex modifications. In the meantime, the occupational therapist will form a report listing all the recommendations linked back to your injury or disability. It will include your current ability to perform these tasks safely and independently, whilst recommending home modifications that will ensure you become more safe and more independent in these tasks. The occupational therapist will then submit both the report and the quote for approval to your funding body. Once the recommendations have been approved, the builder will commence home modifications. The final step within the complex home modifications is that the occupational therapist will come past and review the home modifications once they are complete. This is to ensure that the home modifications are meeting your goals and your needs.